I had interviewed Courteney Cox a few times during the beginning of Friends and the Scream movie franchise, and she was always pretty cool. But I'd be the guy asking her about her appearance in Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark video because I dug music. I still do. But for this interview in 1998, we actually talked Friends as it was Sweeps Week. That's when the TV networks pull out all the stops, like these big plot twists, surprise guests, all that stuff, because viewership numbers were literally being measured to set advertising rates. I know, boring. But this classic conversation wasn't. We talked Friends and their big reveal, Monica and Chandler's relationship going public. Press play.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Interview with Courteney Cox. It is February 4th, 1998 at the Warner Brothers lot. Testing. The one thing though, I guess I've been spelling your name wrong for a long time. I didn't realize it was Court. With
Today, I know no one spells it right, so don't believe me. No, I don't know why they had to mess it up for everybody. My mom.
Your mom's. All right, let's just kick right into it because by the time we're here for Sweeps promotion.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote some questions down, Courtney. Trust me, I did.
You wrote some questions up?
Yeah, I gotta know. I put them down.
They're not wrong, a little preparation.
Well, it's just a little bit. They're not great, but they're there. Hey, what are you allowed to talk about and what are you not allowed to talk about as far as the plot line?
Oh God, and what do I know and what do I not know is the question. I don't know anything. I'm not allowed to talk about a lot, but that doesn't matter because I'm not withholding information because I don't know anything. I don't know what's happening next week on the show.
Okay. Well, apparently, someone told me once that the relationship is being revealed.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's a true fact.
Hey, can you talk a little bit about that aspect of maybe that taping or what was it like and that funny thing reading that script the first time?
Oh well, what's been really great is that each week, a few of the cast members or a few of the characters on the show have found out about Chandler and myself, and I think it starts out with Joey, which that may have aired. I'm not sure. Joey finds out first, then Rachel finds out, then maybe Phoebe finds out the same episode, and then finally Ross finds out, and it's really funny. Though I hope everybody watches the tag of the show, which is the very last thing when your screen shrinks into half, because that's a very funny ending scene how Ross finds out, and I don't know when that airs, but it's very funny.
Now, I mean, because I've talked to you and people like you before, like you said, I don't know what the show is like. So you still don't know what plot lines from 6 months,
like whether we're gonna be together,
stuff forever. Like that. Like, do you even know? Do you care? Do you even hint? Do you?
Well, the good thing is I know that. So I'm really pleased. I think people are enjoying our relationship, and I can only say I'm completely enjoying it. I think Monica's become just. There's so many more sides of her now, and I like that she's become like a little sexual human being, and I'm just having a great time. So I do know that this relationship is gonna last for a while. And I like that they're neurotic together. I'm glad it's not like a relationship where, you know, I think it's kind of cool that Monica is not the mature one. Yeah, maybe the mature one. She's the one. Usually, girls, most people portray girls as, they're so uptight and they're so nervous about being left and have abandonment issues. Well, it's just really neat that Monica is the one who's kind of comfortable in this relationship, and I guess the guys always freak out, but. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying.
That's all right.
Maybe
I didn't know what I was asking.
Thinking about my own life.
Just go with it. But
Yeah.
But it's nice to see you kind of like when you're telling it, kind of smile and like still in a sense, because after playing a character for 5 years, you got to keep it fresh somehow.
Oh, I know, and this has really helped me a lot as far as keeping it fresh.
Can you talk a little bit like how you keep it fresh? Maybe what you do for yourself, or whether it's just the writing, or how you keep it fresh by doing this.
Well, luckily for us, the writers are always finding new parts for our characters. They're constantly making our characters evolve. They're so talented that they're always just thinking of new things that we do. And I mean, with this relationship, for instance, there's so many other parts of Monica that I didn't even know Monica had. And so that's been really neat. But they do that with everybody. They might even see someone joking around and doing something off, when we're not acting and just playing around. And then they might write that in. And, they're just discovering things all the time, just like we are. But you keep it fresh just because you keep it good. We don't get lazy, and that's how you have to keep working really hard to make it as funny as possible.
Well, an obvious parallel that people have been talking about is the fact that you found love and your character found love. And the song.
I didn't even think about that. I wonder who found love first.
I don't remember.
I think I did. I think I brought it to the show. Yep.
Is that I mean, it seems like an enjoyable thing for you because you just said it's nice for her, and you talk about your character. It's like your character for like 5 years now, but
Yeah, it's nice for.
is it kind of it's nice for her, it's nice for you. I mean, was it did you? I mean, I don't think I'm the one that's bringing it to your attention, but I'm sure someone's mentioned that before. Like, wow, you guys, or maybe I am the one bringing.
No, you are bringing it to my attention. I didn't even think about that. I forgot that I mean, that was paralleling the show. I completely forgot that.
Now that I stunned you, any thoughts?
Well, I mean, Chandler better ask me to marry him, is all I can say, because, that's where I'm going. If we're going to try to keep up with each other.
Hey, but I get the notes. I read. I know the next plot lines and stuff. I mean, this is because it's stuff that people in our age range kind of go through, and it seems that there's somewhat of a saying I love you, not in real life, but on the set with your characters trying to kind of realizing the finality of this, or
Right.
then there's marriage. I mean, doesn't even come into your head because I can see you like.
Well, I don't think that Monica and Chandler are quite ready. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know if you're ever really ready. It's a big step. But I don't think that, I mean, I am a little older than Monica. And so, but I think that, they're still learning, but it's just kind of getting out in the open and stuff. And I think it's more fun not to be married on the show right now. I think it's probably good just to have these kind of, they're building their foundation, they're working out their neuroses, but they're not ready for that.
Okay, I'm with you about that. What's the response been? Because you get some vocal feedback from fans and stuff. What's the response been? You said you like the idea of the relationship. What's the response from people on the streets?
I think people really like it. I think that they like the fact that that they have fun. They always are making fun of each other. They fight, but in a kind of a, they're really sarcastic with each other. And I think it's just more interesting. It's a more interesting kind of couple.
Do you have any idea where it's going to go? Because you said you don't know. You hope with it, but
I think we'll be together for a while. I don't know what's going to really happen. I'm sure there'll be some nice cliffhanger that I don't know about.
All right. Let me go some more obvious questions, and then I'll get the couple obvious questions out of the way.
Okay.
About the maintaining of the fact that you guys have been able to maintain the success of the show. Because I was reading the press notes. It's like you're still one of the highest rated shows. All that stuff. We've had a few years to think about it, because I think when I first interviewed you, it was on the initial rise, and now it's you kind of you're in a group. But I interview most of the music bands, and it's difficult for them to stay together and maintain the success. How do you think you've been able to do so now looking back?
I think that besides being lucky that we obviously all liked each other when we first met, I think we all have a common goal, and that's to keep the show really good and not get complacent or lazy and ride on the coattails of our success. And I think that we really respect each other, and we all have careers outside of the show, and we have lives outside of the show. And I think that every cast member respects everyone. That's just really important too. Like, if someone's going to do a movie and can't be at work for a couple of weeks or, a few days, there's no egos there. It's good for them. And let's make sure that we cover her while she's gone, or him while he's gone. I mean, I just think we really all look out for each other, and it's just not a selfish group. And that's so lucky, but we really care about the show and making it funny, and not, well, this is funny for my character, so I'm going to hold on to it. If you think of a funny joke and it would work better for some other character, you tell them. And that's how, and that's the most important.
I was going to ask, because you get married, babies, everyone's got and the projects, the film projects are even more and more than when we initially started. I mean, is it more tough? Is it more difficult to maintain the level that you guys are at?
The only thing that's more difficult, I think, and I'm kind of going through this right now, is that I've been kind of lucky. I mean, everybody's obviously been lucky, but I've been kind of playing everything safe. Like during my hiatuses, I kind of work within another ensemble, and I'm always under some kind of shelter of something. But I just was thinking, because I'm going to be doing this movie this summer where I'm going to be starring in it. And wow, the pressure that those other cast members must have been feeling to star in their own movie, and how, if you fall, you just fall so far, or not far, so hard. I don't know if far is the wrong word. It's actually, it just could be really like that's a lot of pressure that I haven't had to experience. And so I have this newfound respect for all the cast members that went out and did their movies. And whoa, I mean, I'm just so glad that I was playing opposite a guy with a mask and a knife.
Hey, don't worry. We can edit. We can make you sound even better. I mean, I can't, but I'm sure someone listens to this tape can edit.
That's the only hard part, is just picking like the right thing, because you only have 4 months and you've got to pick the right project. Well, you don't have to, I guess, but you want to.
No. You're absolutely right. 'Cause, I mean, initially when your career started, it's like if you got a role on anything,
Oh man, I was just so glad to work. And now, I mean, I still am so glad to work, and thank God I get jobs, but it's still scary. Just scary.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if this was the ideal plan. Was this the game plan? What you're doing now, and when you initially started?
No, I have no game plan for anything in life. Nothing.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I plan on, personally, I do with my relationship and stuff, but I don't have any game plan for career. You can't really ever, you never know from one day to the next what's going to happen.
Okay, I wanted to ask one last question on Friends, and then I got to ask you about those 2 film projects. You know, the one that you're going to be starring in, and the one that's actually coming out this year. The last obvious question about Friends is the success of the show. You know, we've asked everyone in this cast since the beginning, you know, why? Have you summed it up yet?
Because we have extremely talented writers and producers. I mean, extremely. And I think that they cast a good group of people.
Come on, there's got to be something else. It's got to be you guys too, man. Come on.
I said cast a good group of people. We're the cast.
All right. I'm with you on that. No, what's the...
I think it's the attitude too. I think it has everything to do with the fact that like I said, we respect each other. But you know, you got to start with unbelievable producers. They're so talented. Ooh.
Okay, you mentioned your outside life in the sense that, you know, you got to focus, you got to play on that. How has life changed since marriage? I mean, can you talk about how that's a life change?
Oh, I'm not married yet.
Oh, you're not married, just engaged?
I'm just engaged. I have no idea.
You know, I interviewed him right before that it came out in the press. It killed me.
Oh, really?
I mean, I guess I'm not that type of journalist. I mean, but it was just like, you know, people like, you didn't know. I don't know anything. All right.
Were we already engaged?
No, I think it came out like 2 days later. Didn't you do that movie with Kate?
Kate Capshaw, yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed for that. And
no, it was a while after that.
okay.
Yeah, so you didn't miss. I mean, he would have told you, but then you would have known before me, and then that would have been very safe.
So how has life changed, or is life changing, and all that stuff? And
Well, being engaged is a complete change. You know, we lived together, and we got engaged a couple of months after we lived together. So that's all a huge change, and it's great. It's so fun to share, you know, everything together. But it's right now, you know, you build your foundation. So when you get married, it should be really easy.
are there any hobbies that you both share, like music or hiking, or, you know, something like that? Anything else?
Just like
Sing, you know what I mean?
music, movies, eating a lot of food. We like to eat food. And what else do? Painting. We paint. Well, he really paints. I used to paint. Now I just like to watch him paint. But yeah, we share a lot of stuff. I just can't think of anything right this moment.
Courtney, that's exciting. You watch him paint?
He's a great painter.
I know, but you watch him. You don't like leave him in a room and then like come in.
Well, I don't sit there and watch, but I check in a lot.
Just making sure. All right, you can tell how like into the gossip and stuff I am, and I'm like, hey, you guys are married. I'm like, I have no, I know your show. You're one of the few people that I actually interviewed that I actually have seen the show. So you know,
I'm in awe of him. He's so talented, David. Ugh, he's so great.
he is great. He's actually a cool guy.
He's a
You know what I mean?
extremely cool guy. I'm extremely lucky to be with such a cool guy.
Hey man, you're a cool chick. Can I say chick? Am I allowed to say chick?
Sure.
You're a cool gal.
One chick.
All right, hey Courtney, we'll pump up the sweeps on this. This is syndicated, so it goes everywhere. So
Okay, great.
Damn, it's always good to sit down with someone on a hit show. Though calling Friends a hit show in 1998 is like the understatement of a decade. And look at me, catching the moment Courtney's real-life relationship was starting to mirror Monica's on screen. I mean, not exactly the same, but still, pretty wild. Love David Arquette, a shout out. I can't find my interview with him. I remember it. I just remember him coming to the office in a suit and charming the pants off of everyone. Anyhow, more classic conversations coming, so please stay tuned, hit subscribe, tell your friends, and press play.